Hello Virgo rising and Virgo moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card forecast for the week starting October 31st, 2016. Quick reminder for you guys, November astrology horoscopes are up, so if you want to get a look at the month of November, you can find that on the main channel page under the November 2016 playlist. And of course, if you want to get a personal reading outside of the general horoscopes, you can always go to my website, integrativemysticism.com, where you can schedule an appointment or order a downloadable video file. So, what is going on with the astrology for this week for Virgo people? Well, on Wednesday, we've got the moon forming a very tight conjunction with Saturn in Sagittarius in your 4th house of home and family. And whenever the moon and Saturn come together, it's talking about revealing a culprit. And this might not be like a person, alright? It doesn't have to be too scandalous. But usually when you see the moon and Saturn come together, a blockage, whether it be a situation, something being unprocessed, a problem in the home, or a problem with a family member, or a relative, or maybe even a roommate, that has been kind of behind the scenes, under the radar, but still making an effect, holding things up or causing little problems and, and hurdles here and there, will be revealed. And, usually when something is out in the open, that is the best opportunity to deal with it, to confront it. This might not necessarily be a personal issue of yours. This could actually be a situation that you are called on for help with a relative or a family member, or just something where you actually finally have, like, why is everything holding up, in this deal or in this home-based business operation, whatever it is, we can finally confront the real issue. Problems can't be solved until they're acknowledged. On Thursday, we have Venus in this area, the planet of wealth, luck, love, harmony, and peace, forming a tight trine to Uranus, now in your 8th house of shared resources and intimacy, and this can affect you twofold. On the love and romance front, this is a gorgeous time for you and a partner to perhaps actually enjoy more alone time at home. Maybe even cut out some time of your schedule, play hooky, have kind of a hot date. Possibly a partner or a crush may even tempt you with this opportunity, even for you to host, or to perhaps for them to host a romantic rendezvous spur of the moment. But also on the money front, this could be a great opportunity to find out about a new form of income outside of your regular income stream that will actually funnel extra money to the home for a continuous and ongoing basis. And because it's Uranus, it's probably out of the blue. So what is going on with your cards for this week, Virgo? What's happening with the spiritual advice? Let's look at the oracle card here. Well, we do have the card of Awen. And Awen is all about a gift. This is all about something being offered to you, something brand new, some kind of new approach, or maybe even a new tool or a new technique to work with. Typically when I see the card of Awen, I'm always looking at like when I think of like a heroic story, or a TV show where there's superheroes and, fantasy characters and things like that. Awen always shows up as like the Holy Grail, or, Excalibur, the upgrade, the new tool, or the new, magic spell. And this is kind of how this week is going to go for you. This is a week of upgrades for a lot of Virgo people, whether it's literally an upgrade to an item or to a property that you have, or an upgrade in a style that you use, or an upgrade in status that you have. Accept it. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we do have the Four of Cups upright. This card can actually be a good card, but also one of those cards that's just sort of all over the place, because with the Four of Cups, we don't see any problems, but we don't see a lot of headway either. And again, it continues on that discussion of what an upgrade needs to be for you, Virgo, okay? Because the Four of Cups is saying we can't go on doing the same thing day in, day out. In fact, it's time to be focusing on the random. Small things that seem small, maybe even insignificant, are actually making bigger waves than you could expect. With the Four of Cups, typically it's time to pay attention to what we've been neglecting at work. Where is our unfinished business? For those of you who are looking for new work or looking for new income opportunities, something that doesn't seem very spectacular or outrageous on the surface, maybe it comes off a tad dull or it comes off a little bit unimpressive, is actually the opposite. Pay not too much attention to whether or not something is trying to wow you in the beginning. Some things are too good to try and wow anyone. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends and your relatives and the others in your life, we do have the Two of Swords inverted. And this could actually be a really good card for those of you who have been dealing with a friend or a relative who is in a place where they can't seem to commit, whether it's committing to a deadline, committing to a plan, a date, or a schedule, or even somebody who just can't seem to want to give any kind of headway or any kind of signal as to what their personal plans are, especially if we need to do some coordinating here before we get into, the holiday season. The Two of Swords reverse can also indicate here news of perhaps a friend deciding to confide in you a secret about not really wanting to stay in either in a relationship or in a commitment that they are in. And it'll be up to you to decide whether or not you want to dissuade them or encourage them. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Six of Pentacles upright. And this card's kind of interesting because it does talk about a need to pay attention to where we need to be saying more yeses, and also asking for more assistance. The Six of Pentacles is saying that winning people over will be easy, but be wary of your own pride. The Six of Pentacles can also talk about a need to pay attention to where people are asking for help, and we might not necessarily be giving it when we should. Pay attention to where somebody who may actually prove to be very good for you later is looking for a little bit of a handout right now. This won't be a handout you won't get a payback for. If anything, I honestly feel like this is kind of a test for a lot of Virgo people. And it's not a big test. Virgos tend to be very generous and very philanthropic and egalitarian as a rule. So just be prepared to do what you normally do. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Five of Cups upright. And this card can show up where we may have to be prepared to be supportive to our crush or to our partner when they get some unsettling news, because the Five of Cups can show up as loss. It can show up as, perhaps even something very, very jarring occurring in their personal life. This doesn't really have to do with you. This could be a family issue. This could be a work issue. You may actually find yourself in a position to sort of be the shoulder to cry on this week, and be prepared to be that emotionally available. Okay, this is all about answering cries for help, it seems like, throughout this entire week, so you don't want to cut yourself off. Even if you don't feel like you're prepared to do that for somebody this week, believe me, this will be significant enough to set whatever boundaries or barriers or other factors may make you think otherwise. Set those aside this week. It's definitely time for compassion. For those of you who are currently looking for new love, there may be somebody coming into your life this week, but be prepared for the fact that this person might be looking for love for the wrong reasons. Some people tend to look for love when they need healing, and you can't mix romantic connections and commitments or anything involving other people with personal healing. It's okay to date them, but make sure that you also understand where this person might try to go too far too fast for reasons other than wanting to be in a committed, mature relationship. So that is your forecast, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you'd like to get a session, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com.